Hey guys, Genevieve here. We are going to talk about our upcoming new moon in the sign of Pisces, which again is Wednesday, the 18th at 9:23 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States. So before I jump into this, though, I just want to give you guys a heads up when I share the charts in the comments after I share the link to my website with the video. You're going to notice one of the charts looks a little bit different. So our impact chart is going to be the same. However, this morning when I was logging on to the website I use to calculate charts, there was an error message or a warning maintenance message basically saying that AI or AI bots have what they call scrubbed or effectively kind of hacked into the website, stealing information. And any of you who follow astrology like I do probably have noticed over the last few years that a lot of the astrology, either videos or even articles that you read across certain social media sites and also even like newspapers, magazines, they are written now by generative AI. So once again, another human job that AI bots are taking over, which I, for one, am not too pleased about. And I can understand completely why this website wants to take the information down to kind of stop those AI attacks until they can secure it up a little bit. So it's not really going to affect my reading any, although the second chart for me, I had to learn a little bit about this specific tool. It's just because it looks a little bit different with the different aspects and those positive and more challenging aspects and placements, right? But other than that, it's still going to be the same style interpretation that you guys normally get. So bear with me on that one. It is, though, however, until and if when they get this other my normal go-to tool up and running properly again, I don't know that when I create charts for other people, they're going to look or have the same flow and feel. I'm working on that, though. I'm learning to adapt, work around it, to do my job. So just wanted to put that out there and get that out of the way. So new moon in Pisces, right? We all know about Pisces energy. It's water energy. It is the last sign of the zodiac, right? So this is definitely the last new moon of the astrological year. And so there's definitely a finality, an ending feeling to this new moon energy. My oil blend, of course, for the Pisces new moon is Dreamweaver. So be sure to get your hands on that. Why Dreamweaver? Well, yes, I did kind of use a certain song from, I think, the 70s or early 80s as kind of my muse for the Pisces new moon, with good reason, because Pisces energy has always been associated with kind of intuition, dreaminess, fantasy, kind of floating on clouds a little bit, but also just, moon and sleep itself, nighttime itself, right? We have the body parts associated with the Pisces new moon are our feet, toes, also our endorphins, and melatonin regulation. So again, our sleep schedules may be affected. We're going to feel more tired than usual, and certainly no surgery at this time during this new moon phase. Now, our elements, we have 3 planets in fire signs, 1 in earth, 1 in air, and 5 in water. The planetary energy, we have 4 masculine planets and 5 feminine placements. And then cardinal, remember we talked about cardinal, fixed, and mutable. So cardinal elements or cardinal signs are those at the beginning of each season. So we have all 4 covered, 4 cardinal placement to fixed. And remember, our fixed signs are Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, and Taurus. And then 4 mutable placements, which again is changeable, adaptable. That's Virgo, that is Pisces. And right now I'm forgetting the other two, Gemini, and one other that I can't quite put my brain on. Sag? No. Sag is a cardinal sign, I believe. Anyway, forget I just said all of that. Anyway, like I said, this is kind of throwing me off for a loop again a little bit. And since I am an Aquarius with a Pisces moon, this is kind of affecting my concentration and my ability to kind of adapt here a little bit. I'm trying. I really, really am with my fixed Aquarius. But so the sun, of course, is in Pisces. It's in the 5th house. Moon is in Pisces in the 5th. Mercury is retrograde in Pisces right now. Venus is in Aries. Mars is in Pisces. Jupiter is in Cancer in the 9th house. Saturn is in Aries in the 6th house. Uranus is in Taurus in the 8th. Neptune, Aries in the 6th. And Pluto is in Aquarius in the 4th house right now. So let's jump right in, guys. And again, like I said, bear with me because my ability to kind of take notes on this was a little bit different because I've been using the same tool for calculation and interpretations for several years now. So woke up this morning, everything's changed. And that's kind of what we're going to have to learn to do here under this Pisces new moon, okay? So with the sun in Pisces, we're feeling sensitive, a little emotionally protective. Maybe some of us are feeling some disillusionment. And at this time, our creativity comes from trying to make sense of confusing circumstances, right? We want to watch for escapism and self-disillusion. So pay attention to schedules, timetables, appointments. Our energy, this energy may make us all feel slower, a little forgetful, cause some of us to run late. So just remember to set reminders, plan to be early so as not to come across as lazy or irresponsible at this time, okay? That can kind of be a Piscean thing, getting caught up in our projects and or dream world or whatever, and then kind of, oh, shoot, forgetting the practical stuff. But this is also going to have us feeling compassionate and sentimental at this time. We do want to watch out for impractical behavior or being overly sensitive or, falling into histrionics, okay? Just kind of a little bit too much drama. Now, with the sun conjunct moon, we have a feeling of harmony and security in personal relationships at this time. However, there is a desire to avoid conflict, and that can create unclear boundaries and feeling taken advantage of. So just be on guard for that. Now, with Moon conjunct Saturn in Aries, we may take on extra responsibilities at this time, but we have support from this aspect with grounded and orderly approach to things, patience and discipline, and that is what's going to help us get our stuff done. We are feeling serious, trustworthy, grounded. We also, though, may get irritated with others at this time, especially people who are coming across as disrespectful, careless, overly cold, controlling, or bossy. So now we have Moon sextile Uranus, which in Taurus. So with this aspect, we may feel pulled between traditional ways of doing things and wanting to rebel, force change, question the rules and routines, or we're forced to change how we do things because of disruptions, especially in tech and communication. We'll get to that Mercury retrograde because that's definitely a part of that here. But we do have support for learning new skills, adapting to changing conditions, and inventing different techniques. Okay, so again, with this kind of new thing I was presented it with this morning, I don't have the choice to not do my job. So I had to come up with a creative workarounds, right? And so we're probably, a lot of us are going to be having to do this over this new moon phase. So now, with the moon conjunct Neptune in Aries, There is extra support for sensitivity, spirituality, and creativity. Humanitarian goals or animal advocacy, even, is highlighted. We're feeling more empathetic, compassionate, and all of those qualities in our imagination can help us professionally at this time. All right, so Moon in Pisces. This again is leading to that strong intuition, compassion, a bit of an offbeat, kind of witty, kind of odd sense of humor is highlighted. You want to give yourself space to daydream for sure. So start a dream journal or a creative or spiritual project. We have gentle support for listening and empathizing, but we want to try to discern between sincere and manipulative tactics from others at this time. Romantic relationships take on a kind of a dreamy, quiet, but sexy note, sexy energy at this time. But this isn't showy, overly demonstrative. It's a private party kind of energy with this Pisces moon. So we want to, again, take time to rest, to nap, to refill your emotional boundaries or batteries, create and journal to calm your nerves at this time. Okay, now with our moon conjunct Saturn, we can have some intense feelings, but they can be controlled or masked easily because we have support for seeing through our long-term projects and goals. Humor and satire are going to help us navigate those more intense emotional waters that we're feeling under this Pisces moon. Now with the moon sextile Uranus, we are learning through hands-on action and experience as opposed to formal education at this time. Okay, our intuition, our sixth sense, is definitely strong, and it's going to help us navigate these confusing circumstances. So definitely tune into yourself and into like quiet the outside world a little bit and just start to listen to your gut a little bit more. Now with that moon conjunct Neptune, this is a really great positive aspect. This is lending more kindness, sympathy, and gentleness towards others and ourselves at this time. Our devotion to our romantic partners and friends alike have us all kind of feeling the love. So definitely try to fill up and fuel up on that. Music and artistic expression helps us heal ourselves and others and to help to connect to our spirituality. So kind of extra perception, intuition may have us feeling a little bit overwhelmed though as we pick up mixed energy and messages from others. So again, retreat and rest when necessary. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you feel like you just can't, everything's a little bit too confusing because your intuition is running at high gear, but you don't know what to listen to and what to tune out, just take a rest. All right, now Mercury is retrograde in Pisces, as I mentioned. So this kind of has us observing the moods of those around us, okay? Which it can make us appear withdrawn or distant because we're trying to process it all. So stay flexible to navigate those disruptions we talked about in tech and communication. Relationship with children is highlighted in Mercury Pisces though. So to kind of diffuse some of this energy, engage in play and sport. That's going to help us process our emotions, help us stay grounded. And careers in teaching or public speaking, writing, singing, acting are highlighted under this Mercury placement. So now Mercury is conjunct Mars. This is going to add determination, energy, and enthusiasm to kind of help us complete our work and our passion projects at this time. Lively and intelligent debates are supported. And then Mercury is trine Jupiter. So this is also going to lend to a chatty, friendly, kind of social banter. Intelligence and humor are highlighted at this time. So again, get out with the people that you love, not just your romantic partners, but your friends, okay? Now, Venus is in Aries. So Venus Aries is bold, direct, expressive, demonstrative in love, and very heavy-handed flirting style. Very energetic, funny, but sometimes this placement can make some people selfish and patient. It certainly will help us kind of snap out of some of those more daydreams and fantasies though. So there's a little bit of buffer there. Friendly competition is highlighted. Spontaneous last minute plans help us keep us feeling creatively stimulated, help us kind of pick us up out of the doldrums. So if someone suggests, a last minute, car ride, trip to something unexpected to do it. It's going to help us feel a lot better, have some fun with this energy. Now, Venus is square Jupiter, though. This is challenging, and it has us kind of, again, with that Aries, behaving a little pretentiously or coming across as self-important or know-it-all. So watch for a tendency of that if that's you. Rushing can cause accidents or hurt feelings, okay? Watch for overspending or overindulging for excitement. Moderation is definitely key under this energy. Very, very important. Now, Mars is in Pisces. So this Mars in Pisces, as opposed to Aries, where it's most at home, this kind of gives us a go with the flow energy, which is causing a lot of us to become a more indirect and cautious approach to going after what we want instead of asking for it. Some of us might feel that life is happening to us, or we might have a sense of not having control of our life trajectory, which can lead to kind of passive aggression if we don't have an outlet for our emotional and creative natures. So this will also tend to fluctuating energy and the need for extra sleep or other methods of escape. We might feel indecisive at this time. So watch out for procrastination, because that is probably the biggest thing that this energy is going to, since we're not really sure kind of which direction to go, or if we don't really feel like we completely control any outcomes here, we might just kind of put things off that we need to get done. So watch out for that. Now, with Mars is trying Jupiter, so this is, again, a good aspect for sports, outdoor activities, starting new projects. Playing or working with children, definitely highlighted. This can lead to an overly optimistic tendency and then give us an unrealistic, have us kind of being a little unrealistic about our financial security, and again, kind of leading to unnecessary risks and overspending, guys. So really, really tighten those purse strings. Is it a necessity or a want at this time? You should only be going for the things that are necessary for your sustenance, to keep your life going smoothly, right? Now, with Jupiter in Cancer, this fortune, our fortune and support comes while we're being compassionate, charitable to others, and our intuition guides us to business success, especially in fields of real estate, restaurant, or hospitality industry businesses. So we already discussed the aspects to Jupiter. Just kind of slow down, make cautious moves, not too bold, aggressive, or impatient. Saturn in Aries, with this placement, we may struggle with our confidence, okay? We may be feeling a little bit extra self-conscious. So reinforce those healthy boundaries and learn that it's okay to put your needs first at times. This energy really is asking you to do that. This aspect, though, is giving extra support for those in medical fields or other kind of helping healing fields. Now, Saturn is conjunct Neptune. So this is going to highlight hard work, precise methodology, and that's going to help ensure our success. So really, it might be hard to concentrate, but when you're feeling that extra burst of creativity or energy, use it to your advantage. Saturn is sextile Pluto here. So again, hard work and perseverance pay off, especially when we're not feeling like doing it. Stop being so hard on yourself, though, okay? Like, again, you're not going to have, like, full, steady energy under this new moon, and give yourself some grace. Now, Uranus is in Taurus, so this stubborn energy can have us resisting the very things, ideas, and methods that will help us succeed, guys, okay? So, Taurus energy, yeah, we can easily knock down our obstacles, but we need to pause and ask ourselves, did we put the obstacles there for ourselves in the first place? Okay. And Uranus is sextile Neptune. So our idealism and sense of humor may feel dampened a little bit by power plays of others who have been unscrupulous to gain their success. Yeah, and we're feeling a little resentful about it, and probably rightfully so, right? But we want to again like find our kind of dirty sense of humor and try to just work through that angst. Okay. Uranus is trine Pluto. So this also lends a lot of support and energy. And again, these outer planets, this is the same stuff going on and will be going on for a while. Continuous support for improvement of self and community goals. We can influence others with our freedom loving and adaptable style of getting our goals accomplished. Like a lot of people who are kind of feeling stuck in a rut or are not feeling a creative spark or just the old way of doing things is just not working anymore can get a little boost with this aspect. Now, Neptune is in Aries, so our spirituality has given us tremendous strength to survive extreme challenges. But we must teach others to do the same, okay? Knowledge that we are gaining or that we possess skills, it should benefit all. So each one teach one. Share how you have overcome things. Share how you have triumphed over challenge, because that's going to help you. Helping others helps you. Now with Neptune sextile Pluto, this is going to lend us all to being a little bit more perceptive and intuitive and give us the ability to get to the root cause of problems. Okay. So in that vein, careers of psychology, medicine, scientific fields are especially affected with this placement, but we all might struggle to stay realistic at this time, and focus on real attainable goals. So again, some of us, maybe you have very lofty, huge kind of global, forward thinking goals, might be feeling a little disillusioned when we realize we're still not quite there, or there's just more obstacles to overcome. And then finally, of course, Pluto is still in Aquarius. So this is progress. This is transformation. Reforms are possible and they're actually happening right now. Okay. But endings and permanent change go along with this planetary position as well, which can be upsetting and unsettling for many people. Our spirituality and community causes definitely help us to keep our equilibrium, to keep our balance, keep us feel like we're progressing and moving forward. So, and I talked about this before, but alternative relationship styles or even secretive or double lives, can be revealed at this time, also can be kind of more easily understood. All right, guys. So biggest takeaway here again, give yourself some grace. Pisces moon energy definitely has us extra tired. But it's a great time to, again, write down your dreams. If you don't have the energy to actually get started on them, at least kind of goal set, plan, dream, journal, write down your craziest ideas and see if there are any practical ways to start putting them into motion. Definitely meditate. Definitely want to sage if, you have herbs and sage to kind of clear out any negative stale energy in your home. My Dreamweaver blend is certainly going to help with restful sleep. It's going to help with creativity. It is going to help with intuition. All right, guys, that's all I got for you this time. I hope you enjoy. Take it easy, and I will be talking to you soon. Have a great week.